Greetings and welcome to ValoU. I'm Zeladrith and I'll be your instructor for today. Today's class is Tactics 330, Fish in a Barrel. Here we are in Postplant on Ascent Ace site, with everyone hiding Hell and Generator as they often do. Don't peek, we have numbers, someone says, but your teammates start getting picked off one by one. One heaven, who is watching that, your Switch player calls, frustrated as they die for free while watching for the tree push. The enemies toss in util and isolate fights with the rest of your team one by one until everyone dies. Why does this postplant feel so uncomfortable, like you can't move or reposition anywhere? Fish in a barrel is the concept that if everyone is on site during postplant, having no control of any of the site entrances hampers your ability to win. If your team has no control over any of the site entrances, there are very few areas on site that you can have full cover to use utility or reposition. In this example, everything front site can be seen from heaven, one of the most common retake routes. Someone in tree can see front dice and a few other areas with cover from heaven, but most importantly can trade many of the exposed positions that are front site. Combine this with A main control, which can double or triple many of the exposed positions, and it makes it so the only safe places on site are either Generator or Hell. While it's not guaranteed that enemies will retake from all three sides, not having control of an extremity forces you to either take a risky gamble that no one is coming from that direction, such as flanking through main, or greatly reduce the number of locations that you can safely play on the site. Utility makes it even harder to survive surrounded on site. Scouting util can ensure that all of the exposed areas around site are actually clear, without retakers having to risk their lives peeking. After all, anyone seen out in the open can probably be killed from multiple angles. Since all the remaining enemies have to be either Generator or Hell, it makes it easy to util dump on those locations with flashes, stuns, mollies, or smokes. This now makes it easy for the retake to isolate fights, starting from the most exposed enemies. While you'd think that those on site having a lot of players would give them numbers advantage, the brief window of utility allows retakers to find numbers advantage skirmishes. The simplest example of this is when there are players playing in Hell, but their teammates are left exposed on the rest of site. It's not easy to swing from Hell since they have to look up and walk out into the open in order to fight Heaven, and many of their other sightlines are blocked when they're fully tucked. The retake can take advantage of this, pathing in ways like Generator or the steps near dice before finally clearing out Hell together at the end with util. So if it's so bad to be caught as fish in a barrel, why not just make the retakers the fish? An example is an open plant where attackers have control of most of the extremities, letting the retake come in through one entrance and then util dumping and swinging from all the other entrances at once. It's actually even more powerful than our other example because to defuse the spike without smokes, at least some players have to move to a predictable exposed location to tap the spike or prepare to trade off of a swing. You can either do this with actual control of the extremities, or, if they lack enough control, abuse the fact that they don't know what control you have. For example, in this clip, I purposely leave tree door open to create more possible locations that I could be playing from. Even if Fade full cleared site and wasn't one-wayed, there's still 3 site entrances that she has to respect me pushing from, essentially giving me a 3v1 against her. So, how do we maintain control of the site extremities? Some common options are to fall back to safety after site is cleared, having someone hold main from the start and not fully committing to the site by either playing Overwatch or Flank Watch, pushing through the site to take more space with util and numbers, or having a late lurk or flank come in behind enemy lines. You can learn more about the pros and cons of these options in the course on Postplant phase. In summary, fish in a barrel is the idea that the team with control of the extremities of a site have the advantage in postplant. It reduces the amount of viable cover those on site can use and play around safely. It makes it easy to util dump those remaining locations to isolate fights. You should try to make the enemy team the fish in the barrel when possible, and there are multiple ways to keep or take control of the extremities. That's all for today's lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the lecturer or the TAs in the comments below. Thanks for attending, and we hope you enjoy your stay here at ValoU.
Nice.